Hello guys, you're welcome back to my channel. Don't forget to hit on the subscribe button. My people know this small matter. Human rights lawyer wey be Dele Farotimi, they don't arrest am. According to the information, they say na Tony Elumelu wey be the CEO of UBA. According to him, he say in defame am. I no understand wetin defamation of character they do with police. Why not carry him to court? I no understand. This man no be small man o. As in this Dele Farotimi no be small person. Na human rights lawyer. Now una just arrest like that. Many Nigerians are outside crying, screaming that this is wrong. I don't understand. Why not take him to court? Now the information is that he is nowhere to be found. Make e no be like say they don't carry this man go elsewhere. If you open your mouth to talk for your own country, you don't enter one chance with that. Wetin happen? This one na wetin VDM dey talk about. Abuse of power everywhere. Abeg my people, make una watch this video. After watching, drop your own opinion at the comment section. Help me share this video to create awareness and also subscribe to my channel.
Mr. Dele Farotimi has been arrested by the Nigerian police and his whereabouts unknown. There are some sources that have said that he has been taken out of Lagos State. He was arrested, in Lagos State. Yesterday, Mr. Dele Farotimi came out to do a press statement and said that his life was under threat. They were trying to silence him. I don't know why the Nigerian police is so unfortunate that at every moment they are used as weapon of oppressing citizens. If anyone has any issue, any problem with someone, tell them to go to the court and go and solve that thing. This whole abduction, carrying someone away, picking someone, and just like terrorists, I don't get it. We just got reports now that over 9 people, their throat were slit in Sokoto State. Vigilante. Those are terrorists that the Nigerian police should go after and go and get them. Not the one that they will sit down and they are oppressing. They are looking for how to take away voices, silence people, because they think that some people think that they own this country. Nobody owns this country, and nobody has monopoly of violence. Nobody has monopoly to do wrong. The fact that we do the right thing, the fact that we follow the law, the fact that we respect the law, it doesn't mean that we are fools. It means that we are law-abiding citizens. And this whole nonsense needs to stop. Nigerian police need to wake up to its responsibility. They're supposed to sit down and be ensuring law and order. I don't understand where at every moment when it comes to oppressive use of power, that is when Nigerian police comes in. But when it comes to defending the lives and properties of citizens of Nigerians, you never see, the Nigerian police are coming into this. There's a press statement, that Dele Farotimi did yesterday, and that they had invited him to the police station. He went there. Invite someone in, he's not going to run away. He's going to be there. So what is all this, whatever, that you just come up and pick someone is on his way to go and do something, pick him up, keep him incommunicado, take him somewhere off? What nonsense is that? You're using taxpayers' money to oppress the people that are paying your salary. I don't even understand. I don't know what the heck is wrong with the Nigerian police. Very shameless institution. The one that is used anyhow at all the time. Their men and women are being killed like chicken, like fowl. The Nigerian police will never do something about it. Another report that came in, is it a lawmaker or something was attacked? His police orderlies were killed, and then he was abducted. Yet the Nigerian police cannot even protect its own men and women, talk less of the citizens that it's supposed to protect. Is to sit down, busy being a tool of oppression to citizens who think that they are more than other citizens in this country. Let me even read out to you the statement that he put out, Mr. Dele Farotimi put out yesterday. He said, and it's titled, "They Want to Silence Me." Ladies and gentlemen of the press, on Monday, the 11th of November, 2024, I was informed that an invitation letter from Zone 2 Police Command was delivered to my office. The letter requested that I report to the station on Wednesday, the 13th of November, 2024, at 10 a.m. Accompanied by my legal counsel, I arrived at the station at 9:45 a.m. on the stated date. At the station, I was presented with a petition written by a lawyer on behalf of Mr. Tony Elumelu, accusing me of defamation. Despite finding the petition baseless, I addressed its contents. Subsequently, I met with the Deputy Commissioner of Police, DCP, and the Assistant Inspector General, AIG, in charge of Zone 2. After discussions, I was released on bail on self-recognizance and asked to return to the station on Thursday, the 21st of November, 2024. Following this, I informed my friend, Pastor Sam Aye Dogbon of Realm of Glory International Churches about the incident. On Saturday, the 16th of November 2024, Pastor Sam informed me that one of the pastors in his church, John Ntekume, had been abducted by the police, interrogated, and then returned to the church. He was coerced to write a statement along with another pastor, Obiora Ochoku. The police showed them a petition written by Chief Afe Babalola in Ekiti State, addressed to the Ekiti State Police Command, and demanded that they lure me to the church to facilitate my arrest. Can you imagine? Can you imagine how shameless the Nigerian police it can be? Can't you reach out to him? Don't you know his address? Don't you know where he is? The pastors informed the police that they had no means of doing so, as I am not a hidden person and do not have a direct relationship with them. They explained that I had preached at their church as a guest of their senior pastor and left. From their accounts, it became evident that the officials were from Ekiti State Police Command. I found it perplexing that the police would attempt to lure me through such means, especially since I had already reported to Zone 2 on the 13th of November 2024 and was scheduled to return on the 21st of November 2024. During my visit, I even met with the Assistant Inspector General AIG in charge of Zone 2, who supervises the entire Southwest Police Formation. I honored the invitation on the 21st of November 2024, again in the company of my legal counsel, and was permitted to leave. However, I subsequently began receiving suspicious messages from individuals clearly attempting to lure me to certain locations where I feared I might be abducted. It became evident that these individuals were operating outside standard procedures. As a precaution, I approached the Lagos State High Court, seeking enforcement and protection of my fundamental human rights against these unconventional tactics. I also alerted my associates and staff, urging them to exercise caution. To my dismay, the situation escalated when one of my domestic staff was targeted. These individuals contacted him, claiming to have a package for him at Evron Food Store on Chevron Drive, Lekki. Having been forewarned, he asked them to leave the package with the store's security personnel. When their attempts to coerce the security guard into luring my staff failed, they arrested the guard, took him to Zone 2 police station, and questioned him about my home address and wife's contact information. The security guard was released on bail later that evening. I must reiterate that I am a law-abiding citizen. I have consistently honored every lawful invitation by the Nigerian police force. However, these recent developments targeting my associates, tracking my phone, and harassing innocent individuals are deeply concerning. It has therefore become clear that this is no longer hidden, that there are policemen from Ekiti State Police Command who are currently working out of Zone 2 police station on a mission to abduct me. Now, this leads me to question. If I faithfully attended the police station as invited, why not invite me in the same manner again? Assuming there is even a charge, it doesn't take a lawyer to point out that law enforcement officers going around arresting people connected to me and intimidating them is not the proper way to carry out a lawful arrest. So I have good reason to be fearful for my life, my personal liberty, and even the well-being of those around me. You will all recall, gentlemen of the press, that in February 2021, I publicly disclosed a murder plot against me. I was given 6 names by the person who revealed the plot. I mentioned 3 with specificity to the Lagos Commissioner of Police at the time, Mr. Hakim Odumosu, who is now part of Lagos State Parks and Services. One of the persons whose name I did not disclose at the time was a serving police officer. Of the 3 that were specifically mentioned, one is a traditional ruler. All this happened in 2021, and the police never once investigated these claims. Yet the same police are now trying to abduct me outside the procedure of the law. Now, let me be clear. I wrote a book, Nigeria and its Criminal Justice System. I wrote the truth, and I stand by every single word in that book. Should anyone be aggrieved, there are clear provisions for redress. Even if one elects to pursue criminal proceedings and attempts to criminalize free speech, as Chief Afe Babalola is attempting to do, there's still a lawful process to follow. It is no accident that the Ekiti State Police Command has been enlisted in this injustice and has become an instrument of evil. Chief Afe Babalola is the largest employer of labor and the highest taxpayer in Ekiti State. Abducting me to be tried in Ekiti State is not justice but a witch hunt. I'm being prepared for the gallows by Chief Afe Babalola and his minions. I think I will just stop here, honestly. This thing, my head is just doing this is a whole lot of craziness. What is wrong with the Nigerian police?
A Nigerian activist has been arrested who they call Mr. Dele Farotimi. And this actually angers me in a sense and few other Nigerians, and it pains us and it makes us kind of have deep reflection. Because earlier today, the activist and relentless voice of conscience, Mr. Dele Farotimi, was arrested and his whereabouts remain unknown. This is not just an arrest, it is a message from a toxic system that strives on silencing truth. But today, I have to say no, because this kind of affects the way I'm viewing things. Dele Farotimi's recent statement and the video he made 2 days ago called Truth Never Dies in Darkness, or Truth Dies in Darkness, echoes loudly at the moment. The truth is that Nigeria, our beloved country, is at a dangerous crossroads. Why is it that speaking the truth has become a crime? Why does our government feel threatened by those who dare to call out its wickedness and its failure to serve the people? The arrest of Mr. Dele Farotimi raises 10 critical questions about the state of our nation. Number one is he being targeted because he exposes the government's inefficiency and corruption? Is it because it demands accountability for the oppression of the masses? Could it be his refusal to remain silent in the face of lies? Is it because he speaks for the voiceless who cannot afford justice? Is the government afraid of his growing influence as a symbol of resistance? Does his call for a fair society threaten their hold on power? Is this an attempt to instill fear in other activists? Are external forces influencing our government to suppress dissent? Most chillingly, is this about terminating his voice and his life to set an example? These same questions to me apply to another brave person or brave voice called Dele, a barrister and an activist that a lot of us are familiar with through Very Dark Man. With his fearless criticism of political elite, which he made a statement and he made an interview in The Glitch, and I begin to worry that is he next? What are we becoming as a nation if we allow these champions of justice to be silenced? If these champions of justice tends to be silenced, our constitution kind of guarantees freedom of speech, yet the reality is kind of far from it. Instead of addressing disputes through the court, through documents, through dialogue and decorum, our government uses police brutality, kidnappings in the name of arrest, and scare tactics. Are we still a democracy, or have we regressed into tyranny? Which obviously we have in a way. But let me remind you of something powerful. Truth cannot be silenced, not by threats, not by violence, not even by death. The truth is like light. It will always find its way through darkness. Now, the future of Nigeria lies in our hands, the youth of Nigeria, and I think we are still sleeping. I think what we can do is to raise our voice. We have to use every platform available, social media, community gatherings, and peaceful protests to demand answers about Mr. Dele Farotimi's location and safety. The Nigerian youth needs to start thinking about this. Legal mobilization, lawyers must step forward because he's a lawyer. Nigerian lawyer must step forward to defend activists and challenge the government's oppressive tactics in court. We need international attention. Let the world know what is happening. Call on human rights organizations and foreign governments to hold our leaders accountable. We need to talk about organized protest. Peaceful protest should not require police permission. We don't need police permission to protest. We must exercise our rights and demand the release of all wrongfully detained citizens. And I'm using this opportunity to refer to both Dele and Very Dark Man, because Dele, you would be the next if we don't start doing things about it. We need to start educating the masses, teach our people about their constitutional rights, because an informed citizen is harder to oppress. Then we need to talk about 6, maybe the economic pressure. Boycott businesses and individuals who fund or support oppressive regimes. And then we need to demand transparency. We need to insist on public accountability for every arrest and every policy. And lastly, I would say There needs to be political engagement. We need, as Nigerian youth, planning into 2025 and 2027. That will be the next. We need to start planning for maybe 2027. The power lies in our votes, but we must also organize, educate, and mobilize to elect leaders with integrity, which those of us who tends to be an activist who try to speak up the truth, we would need the support of Nigerians. Nigerians need to start looking at activists who are willing to speak for the truth, who are willing to rise, to give them few supports to make sure their voices are being heard. They are being promoted somehow on social media, and their voices go so far. Those who are actually more informed to be able to speak on this subject. So I would say lastly to our youth, we are the heartbeat of this nation, and we do not let fear to paralyze us. History has shown us that oppressive regimes crumbles when the people unite. To the Nigerian government, we would ask, and I would ask you, why are you so afraid of truth? If you believe in your policies, defend them with fact, not force. If you accuse someone of defamation, serve them documents, not detention. And if you claim to be for the people, then start acting like it. So to my fellow Nigerians, let us not forget the power of the people is greater than the power or the people in power. Dele Farotimi may be missing, but his words are not. They are here with us, igniting a fire that cannot be extinguished. The fight for Nigerian soul continues, and we will not rest until justice, truth, and freedom are no longer ideals, but are reality. So I am pleading out to what do they call his name? Deji Adeyanju. I'm pleading out to Very Dark Man that we need to start speaking on things that can make all these things effective in life. And that's what we really need to do. Even Seun Kuti, if you know you want to be speaking on abandoned government and the rest of it, we need to come together and start working on this. With that being said, I hope to hear from you guys. Please, if you can tag Very Dark Man, Dele, Deji Adeyanju, and Seun Kuti, let people start speaking on this. Let us know the location of Dele Farotimi.